Welcome back to my channel. I have had a big craving lately of graham crackers. I've been buying them like crazy, and I just happened to come across recipes on Pinterest and the internet to make your own graham crackers. Who would have thought? Not me. I've been spending my money like crazy. Anyway, so for the price of a box of graham crackers, I bought myself a 5-pound bag of whole wheat flour, and for the first time, I'm going to try to make my own graham crackers. So if you're interested in following along with this video, stay tuned. So first of all, you're going to need either a stand-up mixer or a electric hand mixer. I have a stand-up, but I like using my electric hand mixer, so that's what I'll be using. And I've got a bowl here, about a medium-sized mixing bowl. You'll need 2 cups of whole wheat flour that I have pre-measured out. You will need 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and a half a teaspoon of salt, which I have measured out right here in this little container, all 3 of those. You will need 7 tablespoons of melted butter, softened butter. Mine came out of the refrigerator, so mine's in the microwave, and it's probably semi-melted by now, but it should be fine. But you'll need 7 tablespoons of softened butter. You will need 1 cup of packed brown sugar, which I have pre-measured right here. 3 tablespoons of milk, which I have right here. 1/3 cup of honey, which I have right here, and I filled it to the brim. That's why it's sitting on a little plate here. And then 2 teaspoons of vanilla, which I'll be measuring out later when it's time to add. That's all you need. So basic ingredients. I didn't have whole wheat flour, so that's the only thing I had to buy for this recipe. So let me go get my melted butter and we'll start mixing. Okay, so first of all, you're going to cream your butter and sugar in a bowl until it's all incorporated. Once the butter and sugar is creamed, then I'll be beating it for about 3 minutes until it's all light and fluffy. So I've been beating this for quite a while, so I think this is about as light and fluffy as I'm going to get. So I'm going to go on to the next step. When we're mixing it on low, we're going to add the dry ingredients and mix it for about 2 minutes until it's all incorporated. I'm going to add in my salt, baking soda, and cinnamon first, just to make sure it's got that extra little time to get mixed in before I add the flour. Okay, that's about as mixed as I'm gonna get it. It's nice and crumbly. It smells like graham crackers in a way. I can smell the cinnamon. Now we're gonna add the wet ingredients. I'm gonna add my 2 teaspoons of vanilla to the milk and then add the milk and honey. Double. I did more like 2.5 teaspoons of vanilla because I like vanilla. Honey. Okay, so we're gonna mix this until it's all incorporated. And the recipe says it's gonna be a sticky dough. I'm gonna taste this. When I'm making new recipes, I like to taste it. It smells really good. Tastes like graham crackers. Mm, that is really good. I can't wait to have these baked. So now the recipe says to divide this into 2 balls or discs. So this does hold its shape if you smush it together and wrap it in plastic. And we're going to put it in the refrigerator for an hour to let it chill before rolling it out and baking it into crackers. So I'm going to put this in some plastic wrap and I'll be back. Okay, so I have these in some vegetable produce bags from the grocery store instead of saran wrap, but I have 2 of these discs. I'm going to put them in the refrigerator for an hour so we can bake these, turn them into some crackers. So I'll see you guys in an hour. Okay, so I have one of the dough balls out. It's been an hour. And I am going to roll this out on my little mat here and turn these into some crackers. So I'm going to aim the camera down so you can see. I have a spatula here, so I've got something. I've got my baking sheet here that's lined with some parchment paper. Actually, I think I'm going to cut this in half and then roll it out. So it says to roll it out pretty thin so it bakes crispy like a cracker. Oh, and set your oven for 350 degrees. These are homemade. They don't have to be cut perfect. So it says you can bake them like this, or you can poke them with a fork to make them look like the store-bought ones. I think I will, just to kind of put a little bit of design on them. You could even use cookie cutters on these things and make different shapes. These are pretty thin. I hope they don't cook or burn before they're cooked or whatever. But this second batch, I cut a little thicker than the first batch. You can see the difference in thickness. But I'm going to bake them like this after I poke them with a fork. All right, so I'm going to put these in the oven for about 10 to 12 minutes, and then I'll be back and we'll give them a taste test. All right, so this has been 12 minutes. I checked them after 10 minutes and poked them with my finger, and they kind of held my impression on my finger, so I left them in for the other 2 minutes. They smell really good. The ones that I cut, that I rolled out a little thinner, they're starting to get, the dark brown on the edges. And then these ones over here, I cut a little thicker. And so far, they feel like a soft cookie. I don't know if these are going to cool hard or if they're just going to be soft graham crackers. Um, they smell really good, but I have to let them cool a little bit before I can do a taste test because they're extremely hot. All right, so they're still pretty warm, but I'm going to try them. They smell amazing. I have a little paper towel here. And then here's the underside. The recipe says to let them cool on the pan until they're cool enough to put in a storage container and store. And in case I didn't say beforehand, you can store them at room temperature in an airtight container for 3 weeks. And they can also go in an airtight container for 3 months in the freezer. But I don't know about putting them in the freezer. I think maybe that might soften them up, unless you want soft. These are probably going to be good whether they're soft or hard. Right now, they're still pretty warm, but they are crisping up as they cool. I'm trying to bend a piece off. There. So they are inside. A little crunch. Mm. I would make these again. Um, they are sweeter than the store-bought ones. I tried Winco graham crackers, and I don't really think there's a lot of flavor to those. I like the honey made ones the best. These are sweeter than honey maids. So if I made them again, I would probably reduce the brown sugar instead of 1 cup packed, maybe down to 3/4 packed cup. And my 1/3 cup of honey, I did have like to the brim. Might be able to slack a little bit back on the honey. Maybe not put as much honey in, but these are delicious. I can definitely taste the honey in these things. I would probably add more cinnamon because I like cinnamon, but these are really good. And for the price of a 5-pound bag of flour is the same price that you would pay for a box of Honey Maids. And it's 2 cups of flour for this recipe, and this is only half. This one pan is half of the dough, so it's going to give me twice this. So for about $4, that's a lot of graham crackers, and they're better tasting. And you can manage how much salt. Maybe I put salt in these because the recipe said to, but if you don't want salt or you want more salt, you can totally control the flavoring in these things and add more cinnamon and less sugar. and make them your own. But these are really good. Um, mm, that was crunchy because it's cooling. So they are crunching like a cracker now. They're not soft no more, and they're very good. So I'm going to turn the camera so you can see. So you might want to separate them. They do kind of puff up a little bit and bake into the others, but none of them are burnt, but they are hardened. I will definitely be making these again. Now look at this. You got 2 graham crackers. So I'm going to finish baking this pan, and then I'm going to edit this video and upload it. And by the way, speaking of editing and uploading, I don't know what it is with me when I go to hit pause, so you don't have to sit there and watch me stir for 20 minutes or whatever. After hitting pause, sometimes later on, I realize that it's still recording. I don't know why. Maybe it's just me not hitting the button when I think I'm hitting the button. So I'm going to do my best to really edit this video as best I can so you can get all the information that you need out of this video. I apologize for any imperfections. And so anyways, I hope you enjoyed this recipe and this video. And give these a try. They're very delicious. And until next time, I will see you back here on Survive with What You Know. Have a great day. Bye.